Celtic have been linked to a whole host of players the last few weeks, and now Kyogo's name has reappeared. We will discuss this transfer story in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Kasper Schmeichel has revealed his determination to reach the rare milestone of 1,000 professional games as he prepares for another season with Celtic. The experienced Danish keeper, currently on 903 career appearances across 12 clubs, is showing very few signs of slowing down as he looks ahead to the 2025 to 2026 campaign. The 39-year-old joined the Hoops last summer and has gone on to enjoy a standout season between the sticks. While Celtic missed out on silverware in the Scottish Cup final and fell short in the Champions League, Schmeichel believes the campaign has laid solid foundations for the club moving forward. Despite being in the latter stages of his career, Schmeichel has maintained high standards and remains one of the most vocal and influential players in the dressing room. His professionalism and desire to keep competing at the highest level made him a pivotal part of Brendan Rodgers' squad last season. Now, with another campaign on the horizon and a century of games in sight, the goalkeeper is embracing the challenge and the pressure that comes with life at a club of Celtic's stature. He said, "Reaching 1,000 games would be fantastic, a special milestone not many achieve. I don't see limitations, only opportunities. I love what I do, look forward to training and matches, and live in the present. I don't plan too far ahead, but right now I want to keep playing for years unless a serious injury stops me. This has been one of the best seasons of my career. A new standard has been set. We lost the cup final to Aberdeen and went out of the Champions League to Bayern, despite having chances to win. The atmosphere in the dressing room at the Allianz showed our maturity and progress. Joining Celtic was the right move. I wanted pressure and a big traditional club, and that's exactly what I got." Schmeichel's comments show exactly why he's lasted so long in the game. Even with nearly 1,000 matches behind him, his drive to keep competing hasn't faded, and his strong form this past season proves he's still got plenty to offer. Celtic will be counting on Schmeichel to keep providing calm at the back and guidance in the dressing room. With younger players stepping up across the pitch, his experience could be crucial as the Hoops look to push on next season. This summer gives Brendan Rodgers and his staff the chance to shape the squad around proven leaders like Schmeichel. Now that he's made his plans clear, the Dane looks set to be a key part of Celtic's plans next season. For Schmeichel, it's more than just hitting a number, it's about keeping standards high and helping the team succeed. Going by how he performed last season, the milestones will follow naturally if he keeps doing what he's doing. Now for the main story, Celtic are reportedly considering a sensational move to bring Kyogo back to Glasgow just 6 months after his high-profile £10 million switch to Stade Rennes. The Japanese striker's time in France has been underwhelming to say the least. Foot7 report that Kyogo is set to be excluded from Rennes' pre-season squad by incoming boss Habib Bey. The forward struggled for minutes towards the end of the season and ultimately failed to score during his short stint in League One. His absence from matchday squads became more frequent as the season wore on. Celtic have reportedly made an initial inquiry about the possibility of a return, with a formal bid reportedly expected to follow. Interestingly, the fee required would be lower than what Rennes paid in January. Bournemouth and Brentford are also said to be monitoring the situation, but the Hoops are said to hold a significant advantage given Kyogo's desire to reunite with Brendan Rodgers and the squad he thrived in. Kyogo's original move to Rennes was engineered by then-manager Jorge Sampaoli and sporting director Frederic Massara. With both men no longer at the club, the 30-year-old's future has been thrown into uncertainty. Without his backers, he's found himself surplus to requirements in a rapidly changing setup. Celtic have yet to sign a replacement for Kyogo, and who better to fill that void than the man himself, returning with a point to prove. With the Japanese forward's absence felt in the second half of the season, his return would be a major boost ahead of the new campaign. During his previous stint in Glasgow, Kyogo netted 85 goals in 165 appearances, establishing himself as a key player with his intelligent movement, clinical finishing, and ability to deliver in big games. He helped the club to domestic silverware and featured prominently in European fixtures. Bringing back a player of Kyogo's calibre could provide both the familiarity and proven goals needed to hit the ground running. If the deal materialises, it would mark a dramatic turnaround and a second chapter for one of Celtic's finest strikers of the past 2 decades. With Champions League qualifiers looming in August and another title defence on the horizon, Celtic will be aiming to go one step further and reclaim the treble. In other news, former Celtic striker John Hartson has hit out at Tottenham Hotspur following their decision to sack Ange Postecoglou, despite the Australian guiding the club to their first trophy in 17 years. Hartson, who enjoyed huge success at Celtic and has remained close to the club since retiring, was a vocal supporter of Postecoglou during his time in Glasgow. The 59-year-old left Parkhead in June 2023 after delivering 2 league titles, a Scottish Cup and 2 League Cups. Postecoglou led Spurs to a 1-0 win over Manchester United in last month's Europa League final in Bilbao and secured a return to the Champions League. However, the club's dreadful league form, finishing 17th, proved his undoing. Reacting to the news on social media, Hartson didn't hold back. Posting on X, formerly Twitter, he wrote, "That's Spurs back to winning F-all, my word." Postecoglou's spell at Spurs started brightly and ultimately ended in European success, but ultimately crumbled under the weight of poor league results. Spurs chairman Daniel Levy made the call to cut ties just weeks after the club's finest moment in nearly 2 decades. Hartson's comments reflect the disbelief felt by many in the game, especially those who saw the transformation Postecoglou brought to Celtic. His departure from Spurs marks a sudden and controversial end to a reign that delivered long-awaited silverware, but not enough consistency for the Premier League demands. Lastly, former Celtic striker Chris Sutton has criticised Tottenham Hotspur's decision to sack Ange Postecoglou, despite delivering the club's first major trophy in 17 years. Posting on X, formerly Twitter, Sutton wrote, "Spurs wanted a manager who could win them a major trophy. They get one and then sack him." Postecoglou led Spurs to a 1-0 victory over Manchester United in the Europa League final in Bilbao, securing their first European title since 1984 and a spot in next season's Champions League. However, Tottenham's domestic form was dismal, finishing 17th in the Premier League with their lowest ever points tally of 38, narrowly avoiding relegation. The decision has sparked debate among fans and pundits, with many questioning the thinking behind sacking a manager who achieved European success. Postecoglou's time at Tottenham was marked by an attacking style of play and a commitment to building a long-term project, despite facing significant injury challenges throughout the season. As Tottenham begin the search for a new manager, the club faces scrutiny over its decision-making and the direction it intends to take moving forward. Having not won a trophy for so long and being desperate to get back into the Champions League, Ange achieved both and was still sacked. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.